Hi my angels! Today I'm doing a soft snow bunny ice princess look while getting into something I've been meaning to talk about for a long time. What it's really like to grow up as an Indian woman in Canada and how colonization shaped that. Raw and painful truth about racism, judgment, and everything in between. From being told to go back to where I came from every single day in my DMs, to the side eyes from my own community, it's a lot to unpack. So grab your chai or your matcha and let's get into it while I give you this frosty glow. Let's start with the classic. Your food is stinky. Growing up, my mom would spend hours and hours and hours cooking the most incredible, delicious, fragrant curries, the most incredible Indian food you'll ever have in your life. I'd get to school, I'd open up my lunchbox. This is a universal experience for almost every Indian kid I know. But I'd open up my lunchbox and boom, kids would wrinkle their noses, start to gag, so dramatic, and tell me to stop bringing stinky food to school. It's interesting and wild to me that something that's a love language in my home and a love language in many Indian homes turned into an embarrassment in 2 seconds. Studies show that cultural food shaming leads to identity crises among immigrant children. But you know what? Now those same kids pay $20 for the same butter chicken that they made fun of. Funny how the world works, isn't it? Pretty for an Indian. Let me paint you a picture. You're at a party, feeling pretty good, and a girl comes up to you and says, "Wow, you're pretty." Before you can say thank you, she says, "For an Indian, you know, you're really gorgeous." I don't know how people think that's a compliment. Genuinely, I don't understand how these people think. It's a microaggression wrapped in a pretty bow. You're saying we're not supposed to be beautiful, but I'm the exception. It's the same energy as the white guys in my comment section saying, "I'd fuck you, but never marry you. Wouldn't want to ruin these genetics." Like, huh? I'm the prize here, okay? Every single day, and I don't open my DMs every day, but I get them every day. Without fail for the last 3 months, there's a "go back to India" waiting for me. Imagine being here, contributing to society, having skills, paying taxes, a lot of them, and still being told you don't belong. In 2022, hate crimes against South Asians in Canada rose by over 40% compared to previous years. And even if I wasn't born here, so what? The other day, I was at Costco with my mom, and I saw this middle-aged white couple talking loud and slow to an elder Indian woman. They were saying, "Do you even speak English?" Just like that. They were looking for their son. They had lost their son, first of all, in a Costco. Take better care of your child. They approached this sweet older Indian woman, and she's just trying to get some fucking groceries. "Do you even speak English?" You could see the lady was uncomfortable. And you could see she was upset. She was sad. You could see it in her eyes. Our elders paved the way for us to be here. And secondly, that Indian woman speaks more languages than you do. I know I do. 74% of immigrants in Canada are either bilingual minimum or multilingual, compared to just 17% of the Canadian-born population. When I was younger, I had an accent. A little bit of one. And people, of course, children are vile creatures. They would make fun of it. But it's funny because I'm smarter in Hindi and Punjabi and Urdu and French, and I'm learning Italian. So I was getting made fun of by people who could barely speak one language properly. Here's a good one. When I was in middle school, someone gifted me a razor, and she said, "You might want to use this." "Oh no, Indian women have body hair. It's genetic. Sorry that my ancestors didn't think to shave their arms for your convenience." Colonization created Eurocentric beauty standards, which still dictate how women of color specifically are perceived. I've lost count of how many times I've heard people say, "I'd rather not work with an Indian." I hear it a lot. Not just towards me, I hear it towards other Indian people too. People assume we're not capable, but many of us are running circles around those people with our ambition. Stay mad. Only 3% of CEOs in Canada are women of color. This isn't because they don't want to be CEOs. It means the system is built for a specific type of person to be CEO. Being underestimated is my fuel though. Keep underestimating me, it just means my wins will hurt more. Let's talk about the Indian community itself. Gossip and judgment are rampant in Indian culture. Someone gets a divorce? Gossip. Someone's daughter isn't married by a certain time? Gossip. Someone's daughter moved out by herself? Gossip. God forbid you have a job that they don't understand. It's endless. Where did this come from? Take a guess. Colonization introduced societal divides, which fostered judgment as a survival mechanism. When I started my first business, random Indian aunties, the ones I don't even know, they would say to their family, and it would get back to me, of course, "Why doesn't she get a real job? Why is she starting a business? Why is she making content?" They're the same ones asking me for career advice for their own kids. Let's not forget colorism within our own community. Growing up, I was told by different people, different Indians, not necessarily my own family, but many Indian people, to stay out of the sun or I'll get too dark. Newsflash, I love my skin. Why are we still worshipping fairness creams in 2024? The Indian fairness cream industry is worth over $450 million annually. Dark skin is beautiful too, and we need to stop letting colonial beauty standards dictate how we see ourselves. Here's the thing. A lot of these issues stem from colonization. Colorism, gossip, judgment. For centuries, we were told that our culture wasn't enough, and that mindset hasn't just disappeared. It's just evolved into internalized shame. Colonizers intentionally divided communities to maintain control, and those effects still linger in our communities today. But we can unlearn it. We can celebrate each other instead of tearing each other down. It's just a really long process, one that would take generations. At the end of the day, I'm proud to be an Indian woman. Our food, our language, our culture, our jewelry, our fashion, it's all part of me. The racism, the gossip, the underestimation, they've shaped me, but they don't define me. So, to anyone watching, whether you're Indian or not, let's do better. Let's unlearn the biases, stop the judgment in its tracks, and celebrate every part of who we are. This is the final look. Thank you so much for watching. This is a special video to me. I actually didn't get as into it as I thought I would, but maybe I'll make one where I get a little deeper into the personal experiences that I've had. Being an Indian in Canada is not for the weak, that's for sure. But one thing that it's given me is this beautiful community that I've created on YouTube, and you have no idea how much that means to me. You have no idea how much you watching this video lifts me up, and you have no idea how much I care. You mean the entire world to me, especially knowing that you're so interested this entire time in watching. So thank you so much. You know how I feel about you. You know I love you so much. And if you enjoyed this video, I'm so close to 10,000 subscribers. I would love it so much if you hit like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. I love you so much. Bye!